All right. Okay, KTM 500 XCW 2014. Had this bike for right on a year now. Good bike, lots of power, great suspension. Mods that we've done to it. One of my favorite is the gripper bar there. Trials tire for the Idaho Hills. Correctly sized and weighted springs for a fat guy like myself. 1/4 inch or 3/4 inch lowered with the X bushing, and we're going to be putting on a seat today that's going to lower just a little bit more so that I can get more foot on the ground and hopefully give me a little bit of balance, keep it from tipping over. Lower the front just a little bit on the suspension. We've got a stock dampener, JD jetting. The old computer still working on getting that optimized. The settings that they have didn't seem a little too rich, too fat. So we've got the airbox kit and the exhaust header kit for the from Best Dual Sport bikes, and some radiator guards, which had I not had those, they've been crushed by now. So got the shark fin on the rear. I guess two big mods here that are important to make note. I've got the awesomest thing, the Reefless clutch, which I don't care what they say, you can still use your clutch, so you can still work on your clutch skills, but you know, when you get into some tight situations, you're not stalling that bike, even though you got the happy button. I just like the Recluse for a myriad of reasons. Just pull up, not have to find neutral. I mean, where in a riding situation, finding neutral is a skill. I mean, that you have to have. I love that for hunting and other reasons. Cutting trail, just pull up, find first if you need to. You can shut the bike off or whatever, but you don't need to leave running. That's the cool thing, you know. Do some, leave run and help a kid out on a little bike. So, also Recluse's left-hand rear brake. Just put that on not very long ago, but that's a killer. If they make one for your bike, that's just an awesome thing for cornering and everything else. And when you get used to it, like you put your foot down, especially switchbacks, downhill switchbacks, you have your feet out. Balancing points, you don't have to be using that. So pretty much that covers the mods on the bike so far, not too many of them, but we'll be lowering the seat, and we're going to be putting on the flex bars and see how those are for hand and wrist as far as wearing me out. It seems like the stock bars just wear you out. That's all there is to it. So I love the idea of dampening. I mean, if you're going to have dampening, we would put forks on the bike. So alright, in this vehicle, in this segment, we are going to take off this seat and put on the seat concept, seat foam and seat cover. Alright, so we ordered a pretty bad looking seat cover and foam from Seat Concepts. We're going to check this out. This one is designed to be lower in this area of the seat and wider back here for comfort, for dual sport. But for me, I need something to get me closer to the ground with my feet. A little wider back here, but I don't want to step. I don't want to be sitting on that step if I find out I buy a step seat and that bump is in the wrong spot. So for me, the idea is this seat's going to sit just a little bit more like some of the older bikes where I have more of an inclined angle back here, some ribs to hold me in place here, and I think it's like 3/4 of an inch, like 15 millimeters lower right here. And believe it or not, I mean, that's going to make a lot of difference. The difference between being able to get my feet close to flat-footed, be able to just, you know, balance just a little bit more, especially in some of that high country, on some of those narrow trails where there's just, you know, tippy-toe space. I'll be able to have a little bit more leverage. So that is the purpose of the seat. And I ripped the seat with a chainsaw, so hopefully we won't do that again. Alright, there's just one more step that I want to do. Before I actually put this seat on, I want to actually climb on the bike and just kind of see where my feet are and see what kind of angle. Let's see if we just move it over just a little bit here so we can kind of see when I get done with this job, we can actually see on camera. It's not just a more feeling thing, but we'll see that lowering. So let's just get on the bike, see what we can do here. Alright, so at this point I've measured my sag. I'm right in spec. I'm in spec with the other sag, but look at this. I mean, I'm still just barely on my tiptoes. But, you know, just a little bit more room. Make all the difference in the world. So, I don't know what else to do after that. I'm not that short. I guess I just loosened the suspension and have a softer ride, but I like it a little firmer, so. Alright, so we're going to go over the instructions here one step at a time. I like to do that with this stuff and just test their instructions as you read them. And just make sure they're not, alright, some cool stickers. I think we get like, you know, I guess stickers, but you know, some catalog for some swag. Alright, there's another sticker. So obviously we removed the seat. Oh shit, there's a lot of staples in that seat cover. Okay, so remove all the staples with flathead screwdriver and spare dikes. There are just pretty much staples everywhere on this thing, so how about staple remover? Like really. Alright, so let's just stop that now. Alright, so let's take a while to get the staples out. There you go. There's the stock seat cover. A couple of my holes wasn't too bad. You can see how quickly though that how dirty the material got here. So now what's it say to do here? You know what? It doesn't even tell me to take this phone off. But I'm gonna. I need to put the smaller foam in. See what that's like here. Oh, I just ripped it. Damn it. Well, I'm not planning on using it anymore. It is glued a little bit here. It looks like it's glued. Sounds like a good idea right around the plastic. That's where I ripped it in the last place here. Same thing on the pan. Some good adhesive. If that was our American-made 3M, it probably would just come right off because Australian stuff's so good. Oy. Okay, that's silly. Like, that's just dumb because that's just dumb to put up with. Okay, enough of that. Alright, we've got to check. What the hell are they talking about? Rough spots. It's all rough. We got to clean off all the cleaner. Clean off these surfaces down here. Clean off this crap, and then I'll be back. Alright, here we go. Test fitment. Looks like their product looks pretty tight on here. Haven't glued it yet. Just looking to see how well the manufacturing. It looks pretty good, and from the looks of it, definitely lower here and wider here, which this seat is where it's wide, it's tall. Back here, there's no cushioning. This is where the freaking seat hurts. Here, this is where you've got some cushion for inside your legs. So I think this is going to work well here. And then, you know, actually a little lower dip. I went with this seat rather than the step seat because the concern I had about the step. I ended up sitting on that with my tailbone or something because it's not quite right. Whereas this has the lowering as well as the width, the angle, and then we got a little bit of grip there. And this is a gripper top. I mean, this is plus some pleating in here. So that ought to do it. So what I'm going to do next, follow the instructions. This was supposed to be hot, by the way, but the sun's going down. It is still like 90 degrees out right now, so I hope that's hot enough. Inspect the plastic base, blah blah blah. Clean seat pan. Use aerosol contact adhesive to adhere foam to the seat pan. Be sure to follow instructions on the can of adhesive. Be sure to align the foam to the pan accurately. They've done a really good job to make sure that doesn't happen. So, I'm going to do that next step with this crap here. This is not 3M, but it's Loctite. I consider them somewhat equal here. So, instructions on this crappy can say, hold nozzle 8 to 10 inches away. After a few seconds, join blah blah blah. Skip the step here. Just one surface. I'm going to go with the foam, I think, here. Come on, crap. Alright. Normally I wouldn't do this over my desktop, but I gotta like do some stuff with don't have to move anything. This is the only desktop space I had left. You know, I know what they're saying, but particularly around the center edge here. Really didn't even like, doesn't look like it's even coating. I'm not really worried about it. If this doesn't work out, I'll just ride it this way for a while and then buy a new seat. I'm not putting the old stuff back on. I just didn't want to wait like 5 to 10 days, which is what they said for them to build the seat. And it was a little extra money too, but I'll get that thing in the middle. Whew, sticky stuff. Come on. I would have thought that this shit was more difficult than getting the fabric in there. Man, it's all on video. Got to be quicker this time. Sticky stuff. There we go. That's like, that foam is much more centered now in this seat pan. Like, I'm way happier with the way that looks in general. And that thing's lining up pretty good there. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for a while. Look at that. Push it down there. Oh, nice and cushiony too. Alright, so got that heated up out in the sun. Well, we've been going for a few minutes now here. Gotten about this far. Got that vapor barrier on there. Just slowly working my way down because I do want a tight seat. I don't want any wrinkles and I don't want to be doing it again. Making sure it's lined up. What I did on their particular thing is I didn't see anywhere where it said to do this, but I just stretched this out and flip this flap that they have over the end, which basically lets me know that we're on. And now I'm watching my orange colored KTM tighten that in like so, all the way to the back, and this edge should be edged right along the crease, so that's what I'll be going for. So they're pretty tight. And if this is a little loose up here is where I started, and if it's a little loose I can come back and tighten it up, but I don't sit up here. Not very often. So we can see that we've got to really, this section we're going to want it really tight. You really want to wrap this crap over in this section, I think. Pretty well lined up, I think, back here. And I might just get that lined up and throw some guide staples in, so kind of have an idea that I'm on the middle. We'll staple a few more and let you know. So after stapling it, we put it on, and it fits pretty tight. So I'm pretty excited about trying this thing out.